Hi everyone, my name is Sam. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notification when I post a new video. Also, please share it with your friends or anyone you think that it will benefit from this content. I also have created a lot of content that is sort of related, so you can check out my channel for that. And in this video, I'll be talking about a great resource, a free resource that is often overlooked and often ignored, but I'm very sure that this is a very helpful resource that can help you through your journey. So, if you want to be a programmer in your future career, or if you want to be a data analyst, or anything that will have to do with some sort of learning a programming language, I would recommend everyone to actually look at this resource and check it out. And this will help you a lot. It has all the great content that you will need to learn a new language. You can start from scratch and it'll kind of go through it. When I was going through college, there were times when I did not know where the answer is or what the answer is. So this was always helpful to me, and it helped me a lot during my college year and even at work. Like in the beginning, if you are a junior developer or if you are a junior data analyst, you don't know the answer to everything. So you kind of Google it. We all did. I do it too. I still do it because nobody knows all the answers. We kind of learn every day. We learn every day something new. So during my college years and during my professional career, I have learned that you should never, ever, ever ignore a resource because it's free. So this is a free resource where you can start learning a new programming language. It's a website called geeksforgeeks.org. It's a very great website. It's actually completely free. You can sign up for free. It has a lot of languages that you can learn. So I'll just go through some of them. So here we have Python, C++, we have C, we also have a competitive programming, we have JavaScript, machine learning, and here are some of the tutorials that you can do, some of the jobs you can apply to practice some of these things, and here are the resources for students. So if you're a student, you say competitive live programming, interview preparation courses, you have data structure, algorithm, self-paced C++ in Java, and data structure, data science live, full stack developer with React and Node.js. Just FYI, full stack developers are developers that both work on the front end and the back end, so they are called full stack developers. Um, and then explore more self courses, things like that. And then there are some web development, so you can do Java backend development live, and some other resources. You can also learn machine learning, which is a uh, kind of becoming a new trend because of the amount of data we all consume on a different level. Most of the if you are studying data analysis or data analytics or data science or anything related to data, you'll probably be working with machine learning. So machine learning is kind of a new thing for some level, but it has been used a lot on the business level, and almost pretty much all the big businesses use this. Amazon, Netflix. Even the stores, they use it based on if you have like an app for Target or anything, and if you buy something, the a machine learning algorithm kind of learns your habits, and every time there's like a discount going on, they kind of send you a notification like, hey, this is something that you might like, because you bought this like 2 months ago. So that's how machine learning algorithm works. And then complete data science program, again, uh, things related to data science, and then data analysis with Python. So if you want to be a data analyst, you kind of need to know Python. Python is probably one of the most used programming language, I would say. The second one is probably SQL and R. JavaScript, not so much. JavaScript is mostly used for programming. So if you're a full stack developer or you're just a developer, you use JavaScript. It's pretty simple. Once you learn Python, it's sort of similar. JavaScript is sort of similar to Python. It's not that hard. Um, and then Java, there's courses for Java here. Java, I don't like it too much. It's all right. I have done some work with it, but I don't like it. C++ plus plus and C is here as well, and some of the other courses that you can actually check out here as well. But in this video, I'll be going through and showing you some of the resources. I'll just go with Python because this is sort of like I'm a data analyst, and I know most of you who are watching this are probably want to go in that field or something related to that. Even if you don't want to be a data analyst, even if you want to be a developer, this is still a great resource. You can check out Java and Python too. I mean, Python is used in development field as well. There are a lot of application that uses Python. Python is sort of like on the uptrend, and Java is sort of like going down, but it's still there. So you can check out either of them. But here, if you go, is a kind of there's an introduction to Python, and then Python language advantages and applications. So some of the uh, application it uses, the organization using Python. These are some of the popular. So you look at Google, component of Google's Python search engine uses Python, Yahoo Maps, YouTube, Mozilla, and Dropbox, Microsoft. These are some of the well-known companies. I'm pretty sure you have heard of it. And these are some of the things that could be done with Python. So scraping is probably one of the big ones. It is used a lot in development. I use it too. And data science, machine learning, again, it is used a lot in data science and related to data analysis, and things like that. Software development, it has been used in software development. It is on the uptrend. But this is it's not that long ago that Python was kind of known as the uh, sort of like a data science language, but it is now being used in development as well. There have been a lot of softwares used for that. So is JavaScript, similar to JavaScript was mostly known for the web development, but now there are a couple of video games actually, or few video games built on JavaScript. And then language development, database access, some of the other things you can do with it, education operating system and things like that. And some of the advantages, Python is sort of a open source, so it's kind of free, and here it has a lot of pandas for data analytics. So if you do data analysis, you can use a lot of pandas. You probably heard of a beautiful soup, which is sort of like uh, a data scraping thing, and there's selenium, and there are a lot of pandas available for Python. And it's an open source. It's versatile and easy to read and learn and write. That is very true about Python. It is very easy to learn a language. You can easily read it once you understand the context and how it is written, and it's very user friendly. And the structure is very user friendly. It's a high level language, even though it's easy to read and write and all. It does not mean that it's like not a good language. It's a very high level language. It's a dynamically typed language and object oriented, and it's an object oriented programming. So if you are a programmer, you probably know what object oriented programming is. Uh, if not, then object oriented programming is sort of like you create an object, then you kind of use that object throughout your program. It's like an easier way to build a software. So you create a program, you create sort of a function, and then use it constantly during your development. You just call it and then use it. And portable and interactive, and then some of the other stuff that I'm not going to read every single one of them. And then download, install, this is how you download and install it. These instruction here, you can do it for Windows, Linux, Android, and bunch of other uh, operating systems. And here courses, videos, and things like that, but I'm not going to go into details for that. So the things I wanted to show you was this. So here, so if you are new to learning a programming language, here you can just learn simple things. You don't have to learn hard things. You can just start from simple, you know, like think of yourself as you're starting from a kindergarten. You're starting ABC, and then you go from there, or one, two, three, and things like that, and you go from there. So here, like these are some of the uh, scripts that are already here. You just click on this and it kind of takes you there, and it tells you like, hey, this is the input and how you use it. So it kind of gives you a little example of how you can use it. And then here is the uh, like the syntax of the code. So you just play it here, and it kind of gives you the output over here. Uh, you can actually change these, and it will give you a different output over here. So it depends on uh, what you're trying to do. But so, and here are a bunch of operators that so these are the input and outputs that you can use. You can print things. Uh, yeah, most of them are print, so it's sort of outputs. So kind of give you a print of whatever you're doing. And then these are a bunch of operators. So these are Python operators that you can use all of them. Uh, so these are different operators, how you add things, how you subtract, and things like that in Python. And there are a lot more, but I'm not going to go through a single one of them. And then there are data types. So what is a string, what is a list, what is a tuple, what is a set, a dictionary, Python array. So if I were you, I'll just start with the string, because string is probably like the most you would use, and it's the simplest one. So here it is sort of like a it is making this string equal to this language, and then when it's print this, it kind of print this, or if it says print string one, it will print the welcome to Geeks World, and so like that. So I will recommend to check it out. There are Python lists and tuples and sets and dictionary and Python arrays. Probably very important to learn these. So the good thing about this is it kind of gives you a little what I like about uh, Geeks for Geek is that it gives you a little introduction of what you're reading. It gives you an example, and then it gives you a little code on how you would use that. Sort of like give you an example, and then here discuss that. If you have FAQs or people who have asked questions, maybe you can go through them here to see if you have any related issues or thing like that. Some of the courses are here, and it's pretty frequently updated. So you look at this, it says updated January 11, 2023. Python has a very, very huge community, and it is very active. And here are some of the practices that you can do. Some of they're very easy to solve practices that you can check. Maybe start I will start with like the top one, and then you just keep going, and it gets harder and harder. So I will definitely recommend checking that out. So these are some of the other things that you can do with Python, like functions, Python OOP, exception handling, file handling, Python regex, a collection, advanced, NumPy. These are Python pandas, which you will probably use a lot because Python has a lot of pandas, and pandas could be very helpful. You can do a lot of things with pandas. Pandas are sort of like libraries you kind of import and then use them to do different things. So there are pandas for like scraping data, or uh, um, beautiful soup is one of them. There are pandas to do a lot of different things. So once you become more advanced in it, then you can maybe try to use pandas. uh, Pandas for merging and joining and concatenation and things like that. And then if you go down here, so Python MongoDB. So if you are doing data analysis, you'll probably deal with non-structured data or NoSQL. So MongoDB is sort of like a database for non-structured data. And then OpenCV, then Python Selenium, a very important one, but that's the more like a the more down you go is more like advanced. But I would recommend starting from, if you are a beginner, I would recommend starting from the top, and then uh, do you don't have to do all of the courses that are available or the practice that are available. Just check out some of them. There are some videos available too, so maybe watch them, and it kind of explains like things and what they are and things like that. I'll just look at the JavaScript as well, so why not? So JavaScript, it kind of does follow a similar pattern. You read about what JavaScript is, and then sort of like a syntax for JavaScript, uh, and then you go down. These are some of the things that you can do with JavaScript. Let's see. Here are the JavaScript operators. So operators for Python and JavaScript are pretty similar. Syntax is kind of similar too, but not exactly. But once you learn Python, JavaScript, I think it's pretty easy to learn. JavaScript debugging, array method, string method, math object, and things like that. There are a lot of them. Most of this is for beginner, but once you go down the list, it becomes more advanced. And then there's a machine learning here as well, data science. So if you want to be a data scientist or data analyst, sort of the same thing, but it's not the same thing. Uh, Here are some of the courses for that. You can click on that and it will take you where you need to go, I think. This one is you have to sign up for it, I think. I have not checked this out, so I'm not sure about that. But I have tried Python, Java, uh, JavaScript, machine learning. Uh, Most of the things I have tried them here, and that's how I learned actually most of the things, and they were very helpful. This was very helpful in college. The good thing about this is that this is a free resource. You don't have to pay anything, and if you're a beginner, it kind of explain things in a very good way that kind of helps you kind of helps you navigate and kind of help you understand things. And once you get an idea of how a language is written and how you can read a language, then it's very easy to go from there. You will learn it yourself as you go, and then you it's sort of like a you learn it step by step, and at the end you'll never be an expert. Nobody's an expert. If people say that they're expert, they're just lying. Nobody's expert, and nobody knows everything. So they might be like an experienced person, but they are not an expert. Nobody's an expert because it is so vast that programming language is so vast that not everybody knows everything. So that's just a lie when people say that they're expert. They could be good at it, but that's a different thing. But this is it. This is it. I want to talk to you about a website that is a free user that could be very helpful to you. So let me know in a comment below if you would like me to share similar resources or something like that that could help you in the future, or if you have any other interests, I will be more than happy to talk about it and maybe do some research on it if they're good. I have a lot of other content coming that are some kind of similar. So please subscribe and so you get notification when I post a new video about this. I'll also be creating more resources and content about data analysts and how to be a data analyst and data science and how to be a program developer or how to be a software developer or how to be a full stack developer and things like that. So please subscribe and also do some other things that are not as I would say heard. So if you are interested in learning about Excel or any of the small things that you'll probably use in daily life, or if you'll be using it at work or school or do simple things that sometimes we are like, how do you do this or how do you do that? I'll making a lot of videos on those as well. So please subscribe and share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.